welcome to another episode of your WrestleSlam podcast with the one and only team here. Of course, WrestleSlam is the only place for your news, reviews, booze, and who in the name of God is knackered today because of the length of Double or Nothing. I believe it's going to finish in about an hour. I think it's still going. But unbelievable. Look, come here. Look, what can you do? Of course, this is what's going to lead this evening's show. Because if anything, it was interesting. If anything, it was long. Very, very long for us over this side of the Atlantic. A very, very packed full card. And nothing at all was shaved off that card. Unlike our sponsors, Manscaped, for this evening's podcast. Why? Because nothing goes unshaved with Manscaped. Is it how many million balls worldwide?
It must be pushing it 9 million at this stage. It's been 8 million for a few months.
Is that 9 million balls or 9 million sets of balls? Doesn't really matter because they're all bald. Why? Because Manscaped 4.0 has got it all going on. We've got the weed whacker, make great for the trimming, the ball deodorant. I'm not going to lie. If I can't find mine, I am reaching for that because the smell of it just gets everything going. And talk about smooth. Silky smooth. Am I wrong?
Never wrong.
No? Phil, am I wrong?
Never wrong.
No, honestly, that's no word of a lie. This is something revolutionary. I am waiting for Womanscaped. Let's go, Womanscaped. We got to defluff that muff. Let's bring it on. And courtesy of the WrestleSlam podcast, who are very happy to have Manscaped on board, they are giving 20% off to our viewers along with free shipping. All you have to do, add everything for your nether region needs to your basket to protect your basket, and then pop the code in WrestleSlam at checkout and you will get 20% off and of course free shipping. Get on it, lads. It is selling like hotcakes, and we've got to 20% off of free shipping. Selling like 8 million hot balls. So yeah, 20% off, free shipping. Enter that code WrestleSlam when you add all the goodies to your basket. Thank you, Manscaped. And moving swiftly on, guys.
I just can say I made peace with my balding head, and did me a world of favors. So might as well do the same with your balls, lads. So get on it.
Absolutely. Make peace with your balding balls and go skin it all off. Get rid of it. Get it all off, mate. It's cleaner and it makes it bigger. So with that note, we are going to zoom straight into AEW Double or Nothing. Why? Because there's no time for anything else. Okay, yeah. So we are going to fly through this and stop at some interesting points along the way. So buckle in, Phil Meltzer. It's Matt Murphy, Booker G 5 times, and sensational Queen Lizzie. Hold on, lads, we're in for a rough ride. Kicking off at the buy-in, we had Hookhausen, which we're living for our hashtag Hookhausen, defeating Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Crowd is into Hookhausen, all agreed?
Yeah.
Definitely, and it's something that could have a little bit of a longevity until they decide to split them up and let them have a singles run. But people are into it, and I love comedy in my wrestling. I love a bit of silliness.
Somebody who compared it to the Rock and Sock Connection comedy, obviously not their star quality yet, but the comedy style of the Rock and Sock Connection. So.
Because comedy can go really, really wrong in wrestling, but this seems to be working, which I would have found hard with Hook because he's quite serious, but I think that maybe adds to it. But I think we're all happy with that, aren't we?
Yeah. It achieved what it had to.
Yeah. Totally. It done exactly what I said in the
tin. Hyped up for the pay-per-view. That's what they're for.
Exactly. Do you know, it was a good start to the buy-in, and nice paths set out for the guys ahead.
I think we all agree that it's very nice and very evil.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing better than nice and evil from our good friends at Hookhausen. Yay! That's so catchy, Hookhausen. Lads, we went straight in then with Wardlow defeating MJF. Very early placement on the card.
Apparently that was always the plan. There was no...
Really? Yeah, it wasn't any drams outside?
They should have played his song. He shouldn't have come out. They should have told us for a little bit. He's going to be taken off TV until this thing is sorted.
MJF, yeah.
Yeah, when I was like watching just Wardlow just squashing MJF, I just thought, is Tony Khan pulling a Vince McMahon, like giving him a punishment for like walking off? That's actually the first thing I thought. It was like, is that the whole reason? Like,
I don't really think it's punishment.
I thought it was going to go over.
I think this is the way you should do it because they need to make it.
Yeah, because the reaction to Wardlow, and I'm sorry, there was a championship in that man's future. Did you see the reaction to him without the music coming out? Was nuts, isn't it? It really, really is.
MJF doing the play.
Do you remember when Tommaso Ciampa went heel and he didn't have music for a few months?
Yes.
That's the kind of vibe we got off it, even though Wardlow was a face, like he doesn't actually need music. Like, you could just have people chanting Wardlow, and that could be his.
Where he goes from here is the big thing, because like
he has to go all the way.
Oh my God, yeah, there has to be tight in his future.
I think we all agree that if he doesn't go into lineup for the TNT title or even the world champion in the next 2 months or so, that would be a crime. I think it's safe to say.
Haven't squashed haven't beat everybody, haven't beat Hangman, Adam Page, haven't beat Kenny Omega when he comes back, eventually get to Punk whenever Punk decides to
keep his matches under 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It works.
It totally does, doesn't it? He was presented so well, and they need to keep that going because this was a really, really well built up feud. Regardless of what's going on outside the ring, this feud was built up really, really well, and everyone was super invested.
I think if anything, you need to take notes off of Ryback 2012. How fast you can die a death.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not sure if we need it off Ryback, but I absolutely know what you mean.
I don't think Wardlow will get too big for his boots, so
yeah. 10 power bombs put MJF away, and he turned up. He done the job, and he left very, very quickly, but he done exactly what was required, and remained professional. Whatever's going on, we won't speculate because we could talk for days about it. We hope his eyes got enough oxygen. That's the main thing. Not really sure why they were putting the oxygen over his eyes, but I hope his eyes are breathing well. Hilarious. Coming out of that, then we went into the Hardys, and they defeated the Young Bucks. Matt, what do you make of this?
I'm going to be that fella and just say I don't think I really enjoyed the match. It was just if you notice, you don't know what Jeff was doing most of the time. He kept taking ages to get out of the corner.
He kept well at all in this match.
No.
I mean, that's the one thing I noticed was I was trying to focus on the match, but I was more concerned with Jeff. As in, I feel like does he know what he's doing? And it feels like Matt was carrying the entire match because it felt like
not for the first time.
No, not. And as you said, I think he had a bump some way through the match, but even from the very start,
he looked goggle-eyed on the entrance.
One of his boots had come loose as well. Yeah, and that was after throwing him off completely. Like, somebody should have just, they have plenty of tape under their ring. They could just taped up the boot and moved on. Done
something, yeah. Because even Matt, you could audibly hear Matt calling the match as well. So there was, you just kind of got the feeling that something wasn't right. He seemed to get into the swing of it maybe in the second half of the match, but there was still a few sticky moments where you kind of went, so hopefully all is well. Look, they went over, and good for them. Hardys are, come here, they're royalty, legends all the way. So hopefully everything is okay.
There's a thing about this match. A lot of people, I know we were talking about last night in the chat about Matt. This is dream match territory.
Yes,
I don't think so.
It should have been.
It could have been, because if you're watching Be the Elite, they're building this up every week. There's great storytelling going on the YouTube series. Oh, I disappeared there. For the YouTube series for this, there's a lot going on for it. So it had the potential to be, but there was just something just didn't click. I see what you mean, Phil.
There was no the build on BT is fine for people to watch it every week, but
should have translated.
Comparing that to the feud between Wardlow and MJF, there was no build for this feud at all.
That's not the first time we'll say this during this podcast either, for sure. So moving on from that, then we went straight into the women's TBS Championship, which was Jade Cargill, and she defeated Anna Jay. Now,
there's nothing we can say that could give a positive spin on this match except for the Bivens.
Right?
At the end, yeah.
Everything that happened after the bell overshadowed what happened before the bell. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not really... Darling, do you think it was necessary for the two of them to come out in that match? And if so, what are they protecting? You know what I mean?
That match never needed to happen on pay-per-view.
The buy-in show.
There was no build for it again. It was just showing up Rampage or Dynamite, and that was just that. They just had a match. There was no build, and it was only there just so they could introduce Bivens, whatever.
Stokely.
Stokely and Athena, like that was just there to introduce them. You know, they've introduced loads of people on Dynamite before in the past. Why not do it then? Like,
but the only thing I like about this is he's a major upgrade.
Absolutely. Him and Jay Cargill together.
Money.
She's already money, so having her in her corner is going to be even better. Like,
1,000,000%. She needs that strong character, and he's so witty and so quick on the mic as well. So that really is a money get. You know what I mean? It definitely is. Don't think there was any need for Athena to come out there. No. We would think that that's her going into
Tony Storm would have done.
Yeah, we would have thought. I don't know if anybody needed to. I think that like they should have just had FKA Malcolm Bivens, Stokely Hathaway come out and, you know, get rid of her old management, if you like, and now, like, you know, she's that bitch because now she's got that bitch as her mouthpiece, you know. I would have liked to see Athena come out at the very, very end after Britt Baker had done her celebrations, etc., what comes on later in the podcast, backstage, and jumped her and absolutely destroyed her and come out as a heel.
Yeah.
Something,
you know. Put Anna Jay in with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, please. She just doesn't belong in the ring. She doesn't belong in matches because that match, she could have got killed in that match.
It wasn't
good. No, she doesn't belong in a match with Jade Cargill.
No.
Because
Jade is great, but she's still green. That was only her 31st, 32nd match ever. Like, you know, she shouldn't have to carry a match, you know, when she's only that.
That spot where she tried to do the flip, like, I actually was like,
two very, very different styles, and if you don't know your opponent inside out, neither of you can carry the other.
But it's
you
not
know,
first. We had a match before, like, and it was.
I know,
but
better than this. So what didn't click? Something went wrong.
It was live.
Maybe that's true, Phil. That's a good point. It was live. From that, then we had House of Black defeating Death Triangle. Matt, did this live up to literally no hype for it?
To be honest, at this stage, I think because I had a busy week myself, there was a lot going on with AEW. I did not know this match was going on. I was like, oh, right, this match, okay. So I just I have a soft spot for House of Black, of course. So it lived up, but they should have just relied on more hype. But then again, AEW already has a shitload of things going on, especially with this pay-per-view. So from my standards, because I didn't really follow it, I was like, it was a good match. But I feel like if I did follow, like I said, with AEW, I would give my honest review. So it was great. And I was just like, I will keep in contact with like the storyline, see where they're going to go forward. But what do you guys think of it?
Yeah, Phil, go ahead.
It was, at least we have the Julia Hart thing sorted, which I was delighted with. I hated the black screen where she appeared because that's overdone. But the match was fast paced, very good. I hate the no tagging. That gets to me. Overall, it was the best match so far.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was one of the best for me. It was one of the best matches of the night. I don't think that the feud has been going on for a long time. The match itself wasn't hyped, you know, enough because they weren't on TV every week. But the feud has been going on for months. Like, you know, go back as far as when Malachi blinded Pac, you know, months ago. Like, and it's been going on ever since. Like, so I hope this is the end of the feud between these trio. Whether they introduce the trios titles anytime soon, like I just hope they keep them away from each other for a while because you know they need something fresh.
They do. They really.
Yeah, they done a good job, as you say, for a match that didn't have the hype. This feud is going on more based around, say, like, you know, Malachi Black. I was thinking I was like to call him Alistair, no, because that has been going on for months. But as you say, they haven't been on TV quite a lot because a lot of other things have been taken up TV. So a great match for a match that didn't have the hype the others had behind them, you know. So I think a lot of talent in the ring there, and again,
Julia Hart is similar to Anna Jay. She needs this.
Oh yeah, definitely, and you couldn't side her with better people, if I'm honest. You know, and finally it's turned. No more halfway arsed shit.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. And then leading from that, then we were into the Owen Hart Cup. Men's final, Adam Cole defeated Samoa Joe. Right call, Jerry Rush?
Samoa Joe's already a champion. It doesn't hurt him in the long run, like, because Samoa Joe, like, he many times did he lose in WWE, and he was still in world title matches with AJ and Brock and stuff. So, Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe. Like Adam Cole needed something, like, until he's ready to go into whatever direction they're planning on putting him, whether it's going to be trios or TNT or world title again. Like, so, obviously they were leading into, the winner of the female one as well. Like, so it was, another power couple in AEW that maybe we do or we don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think absolutely something for Adam Cole, and of course, because it's Owen Hart, there have to be shenanigans with the win. Do you know what I mean? So we all have a bit of shenanigans. So it's nice that there was a little heel victory,
I have a few issues with this whole thing. One of them's kind of controversial, which I actually don't think there's a necessary for this Owen Hart. I think there's too much time passed for a nostalgia act for this Owen Hart tournament.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think there's the emotional connection. I think.
Do you think it's like the wrong fan base, or like they're not?
I think it's just too much time has passed. Like if he died in the last 10 years, it would be different. I think he died almost in another era that feels like, even though it was 23 years ago, it feels like 43 years ago.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, totally. It makes sense for sure. I'm happy that
I could not invest in that match at all.
Okay.
And the women's one was the same. I just was like, I know who's winning and I just can't.
Yeah.
I got nothing out of it.
Again, but there are two more matches that had no feud. They were the finals of a cup. So
the semi-finals had more feuds than the finals.
But the thing is, like, come November now, is Tony Khan going to do an Eddie Guerrero Cup? You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, for the semi-finals, like, delighted to see Adam Cole wins, but like the next one with Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker, it's kind of obvious. It was kind of obvious we knew who was going to win this, but because AEW loves unpredictions, I actually thought Ruby Soho was going to win this one because of so many close calls we had.
Once Adam Cole won, that was it, because they're not.
Can we give a shout out to Rancid as well for playing Ruby out? That was
quality.
Unbelievable.
But what that was like, now that's like Tony Khan saying, I really care about you, but she has to win.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I'll give you this, but I can't give you that.
It's that old cliche. If you get an entrance, a live music entrance, you end up losing. Like, if you go back.
Oh, Shinsuke.
WWE love to do that shit.
No, but like, but going back to my thing, I'm a really, really big Owen Hart fan, like a huge Owen Hart fan. I just think too much time has gone past for something like this, even though the belts were amazing that they got.
Yeah, they were beautiful. They were
really
not the previous ones.
The Stampede design.
The Stampede design.
But I think as well, once Dax Harwood lost, I lost my whole.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to go over.
Yeah.
And it's a shame they weren't even on the show then, and they end up with.
Yeah. I can't, I don't know, would have meant more if he went over in it. Now, don't get me wrong, Adam Cole, of course, should have won last night between the two of them, but would it have meant more if Dax was in the final and the whole crowd was rooting for him?
Maybe that's exactly what.
Maybe that's, maybe that's it. That's what was missing.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole's run as well in AEW has been so deflating as well.
I don't think they know what to do with him after they've put him in now with the Elite and the Bios. I'm kind of like he's kind of a little bit lost in the shuffle with them, and he's just.
They're waiting for Kenny to come back. I think
maybe
that derailed the plans. They were obviously trying to do a trios thing until they're obviously holding off until he's back to introduce the trios. It seems that way.
This is coming from me because Undisputed Era was actually one of my favorite wrestling stables at the time in NXT. But like, I don't really feel like Adam Cole's run at the moment, even with Owen Hart winning the Owen Hart tournament, and I don't really care less for the Red Dragon team as well. And this is coming from me. I'm like,
it's the booking of them that's the problem.
Yeah.
I feel like, you were this amazing tag in this.
Like if you think of Adam Cole on NXT, why did he look bigger as well? He looks way smaller on AEW TV.
I
don't remember him being that small.
He was small compared to Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Maybe that's 66 big boys.
Even fucking Brock Lesnar looked a little bit smaller compared to Joe.
That's true. And maybe it's just, look, it's just it's the events that are surrounding it that is just unfortunate that the pause button has been pressed on this for, I think it's on maybe the back burner for a bit, and they can't really put him into any other feud until Kenny comes back, you know, because they can't start something off, because you know yourself, you put him into something, he'll make it money, you know, and then like you have to switch him straight into another feud straight away, and it's going to ruffle feathers, you know. But yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. You mentioned the female one as well, Matt, right? Britt Baker first defeated Ruby Soho, and I said shout out to Ransa, that was pretty awesome. Lads, do we need to turn Ruby?
Yes, 100%. But I don't know how, because she's in a kind of I don't want to do that territory House of Black, but it's kind of that kind of metally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's too similar, so I don't know how you do it.
She could be just badass on her own. It would be a shame if they didn't play on the momentum that was when she was booed out the building after going over on Chris Statlander. You know, they should really build on that, I think, because like they were disgusted. So if she had to come out and paste the shit out of Chris Statlander, that could do it, you know what I mean? Because she keeps getting overlooked and past opportunities have been passed up. So we don't want another, you know, I'm just happy to be here and why isn't it my turn? We need a Ruby Soho that matches her look. We need a badass, you know what I mean? We need Rhea Ripley and then some, you know, we need everything.
Somebody like, because I've been watching at the moment, but something like Buffy, you know, that kind of.
Oh yeah, like kind of Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Why not?
Just an ass kicker. That's what she is.
Yeah.
Like when she had the Riot Squad, like, and she was the leader of a faction, like, you know, as bad as they were booked, whenever they were on fire because of her.
And she looks so comfortable.
Yeah.
Being that badass. Yeah.
She was leading the heel faction at that stage. So, you know how AEW feel about factions. So there's no reason why she couldn't lead. You know, the way there seems to be a couple of female factions forming. So, you know, maybe they'll eventually introduce.
Just one last thing on it. Do you worry she'll end up with Ring of Honor?
Possibly, yeah.
That's possible.
Maybe. If they got nothing else for her, but I'm going to be kind of like odd if they just like toss her to a Ring of Honor. It was like, oh, we build you up with so many close calls. We're going to toss you over to Ring of Honor because they need wrestlers over there. Like, so.
Yeah.
She needs to go absolutely psycho and just be like, I am sick of being overlooked, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Next few weeks now, hopefully we'll see something. Moving on from that, we had America Top Team, the one and only American Top Team. They defeated Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti, and Frankie K. Little bit of dissension in the ranks. It is what it is, but can we draw a line under this now and move on, because it's too creepy and pervy for my liking?
Another match on pay-per-view.
Better than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, just get it done and dusted.
It didn't need to be on the pay-per-view.
No, but you know the reason why it was on, because Tony Khan bought an extra hour of pay-per-view time.
Yeah, well, like just to get Paige Van Zandt's her debut match. You know, how many people had their debut matches on Rampage and Dynamite? Like, why can't you? You know,
apparently she's like, I'm not fighting on those shows. Did you hear that?
Lovely. She's done 2 stairs. That's it. Maybe it should have been just her and Ty Conti.
It should have been, and it should have been a squash.
You know, and you know what I mean. It should have been just that, and none of this other stuff. And they are fast tracking Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara to the heels that we don't want them to be. It's too fast. It's too soon. The Cody Vader, the fucking outfits. It's too. You know, sometimes you'd be like, this would really piss you off. But it's not, it's making me roll my eyes. It's not making me going, oh, those pricks. It's making me roll my eyes and go, oh, for fuck's. Do you know what I mean? And it's a shame.
Get off my TV.
Yes. And not in a way of boo, get off my TV, but oh, fucking hell, here we go. Kind of a way.
They're like one of they're getting so recognized, we have to use them. And every time I see them, I'm always like, all right, lads, come on, wrap up. I know it's weird that I'm like, you're younger than you, but wrap it up. Come on, move on.
And they're both so talented in different ways, so they need to sort that shit out. They just need to end this feud and move forward with fucking something.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly defeated Darby Allin.
Hard hitting, really good. Shouldn't have been on the show, but it was very good.
Yeah. To me, that was a match where I'm like, not rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh, they made this into a match. All right, but then I really enjoyed it.
But I know the story of it, like he's trying to help Sting and stuff, but like still you could have done it.
Again, that only happened last week, like, so there was again another match with no build on it.
Yeah.
Great match. You know, I was delighted to see Darby doing some actual wrestling moves with Kyle O'Reilly because you know how good Kyle is on the mat. The spot where he ripped the chain, like that chain is pierced onto the back of his neck. That was fucking blah. And Darby, that dive that Darby did when he
caught him, I
thought his neck was fucked there. But a good match, but again, it you know, that could have main evented Rampage, and you know, it would have been just as good.
I was delighted to see just Kyle O'Reilly. I know I'm not on board with Red Dragon, but I was delighted to see Kyle O'Reilly pick up a win. I feel like that's the best win in AEW at the moment, like just a single.
Again, Darby lost another match as well. Like when's the last time he won a match?
I think his thing with Sting is really hurting him. It really is.
Yeah.
What happens now?
I feel like we all know Darby Allin. He's like a big deal now. Like if I was a teenager, Darby Allin would be my favorite wrestler. But since everyone knows who he is, he doesn't need Sting. Not in a bad way, but he needed Sting so elevate more. But he's already elevated. Like,
you're right.
Yeah, totally. They need a segment now where Sting kind of sets him free, and Darby Allin moves on, then and Sting goes and does something else. Yeah. Just conscious of time, Thunder Rosa defeated Serena Deeb to regain her title. Definitely the right call, but build-up was missing for this match too.
Exactly, and the thing is, I don't want to talk about it because it's depressing with Thunder Rosa. She was 20 minutes or 25 minutes of TV time since February.
Yeah.
So
and two of them are probably two of the best workers they have.
It was a brilliant match.
Great match.
Superb match, yeah.
But probably, suffered.
Yeah, suffered big time from card placement as well.
Agreed, 1,000,000%. From that straight into Jericho Appreciation Society, the outfits. I can't even fucking deal with the drip when the boys come out in the white. I was like, is it Backstreet Boys? Is it White Chicks? It was just everything I needed in life and so much more that I didn't know I needed. Amazing.
They were cosplaying as, I think, Clockwork Orange, but everyone just thought, no, you're Backstreet Boys.
Oh my God, I wanted it that way. Definitely. I don't know what it was, but it was unreal. And they were against, of course, Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz, and of course, everyone's favorite gangster, sat in the door stoop, Eddie Kingston.
There's so much good stuff in this one.
You wouldn't even know where to start, right?
We could sit here for 40 minutes and go through everything that happened, and you'd still have time left over to talk. It was fucking literally mayhem. I know they call it anarchy, but I would call it mayhem.
Carnage.
You know what I liked about it? It was actually filmed really well for that.
Yeah. I know they missed a few spots here and there, but they always went. They don't normally do the action replays, but they did it for this match because you know you'd miss out on so much if they didn't. But they're all fucking nuts.
I think it added to the chaos though. Those kind of misses here, misses there, and the camera jumps. I think it added to the total chaos of what was going on. She didn't know where to look. And I'd say Wild Thing is probably still playing.
I was actually terrified when Eddie Kingston came out with the canister.
Lads, I swear to Jesus, you know, you came into your house and turned on the light and you could see that coming towards you. Would shit enough bricks to build a house. Like, he was terrifying. Unbelievable.
All I can think of is Brian Danielson's reaction with, what the fuck? No, we don't do that. And
it was amazing.
Would they be crazy enough to actually have fucking petrol or gasoline in the fucking canister? I know it's probably water or something in it, like, because you know the boys are all cut. The last thing you want is pour petrol and you're cutting your head. But you know, Eddie would be the type of person like, fuck it, let's scare the shit of them for the fun of it.
Just a quick reminder, guys, check your wardrobes for Eddie Kings with the gas lighter and your bed, right? Make sure that.
Eddie Kingston is the guy. Sorry, Phil, go on.
Oh no, I think we're definitely getting the feud with Eddie and the boys against Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh yeah, this is going further. There's no doubt about it. Eddie Kingston is the guy that you want to tell him that somebody upset you and he's going to go and bait him. He's just the person you want to go and tell.
It's a weird finish, but overall it was very good.
Surprised it was Daniel Bryan who took it. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what that's about. So
Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, how dare you?
Whatever to fuck, you know, but yeah, we know what I mean. Love Bryan. Anyway, from that, we're moving straight into Jurassic Express defeating Team Taz, Keith Lee, Swerve. Tell me, why hasn't Christian turned yet?
Because they have a plan for something, but I don't know what.
It would have been a good opportunity though.
I love Ricky Starks. I'm sorry, but I can't stop help but marking out for him every time I see him. He just keeps getting better and better. Dancing on the fucking top rope. I know he landed on his balls, like, but he danced on top of the top rope. He made old school, new school. Like, it was fucking brilliant.
Love that. He made old school, new school.
Yeah.
Oh, he's money, isn't he? He's just, you know, every wrestler has something. They have it. You know what I mean? There's just something about them, and he's just found it, and he's so young.
Yeah.
So he's only going to like rocket like
23 or something, is he?
I think he is. He's early 20s. Is he 22?
Sure. Right.
He's early 20s, I think. Well, I think you're right.
Yeah,
you have a nose there now, love, and tell us. And Keith Lee flying through the air again, always good to see. Never a bad thing in my books, to be honest.
I did like Swerve's hand moonsault off Keith Lee's back.
Swerve is ridiculous, crazy. Though. Like, I mean.
Speaking of Starks, actually.
32.
Ricky Starks is 32.
Holy jeez, okay.
But there was a very scary bump. I don't know if you've seen it with him.
Starks?
Yeah, the way he fell to the outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he landed on his neck like it was look nasty.
No.
Ooh, they always horrible when they look, aren't they?
Yeah.
We finished up then, guys, with our main event, which was, of course, match 13. We're getting there, lads. 2 minutes. CM Punk defeated our one and only cowboy, our Hangman Adam Page. Phil shaking the head. Meltzer, what's wrong?
Mr. Botch, Punk. Mr. Botch, man.
He shouldn't be doing that.
No, to be fair, he shouldn't be doing that, man. He said he shouldn't be doing that. The match was actually brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's another one you could sit and talk for 20 minutes about it.
Yeah.
We had the time.
And they're fully invested in Punk leading the company. For now, they are fully invested in him as the face of the company. There's plenty of faces of the company, but as their champion. Who's next?
Jer posted
Osprey.
Yeah. Jer posted an image of Osprey.
That's for Forbidden Door, yeah. But I'd love Jericho to go after CM Punk and have that feud.
Ooh. Matt, what you think? Who'd you think?
I kind of want to see him taking on Okada in Forbidden Door, but that's just me holding on hope. Still, they need to do some of that, but that's my next one.
It's nice to have a new champion, though, because nothing against Adam Page, but I think it's endless now, the possibilities with CM Punk, because there are so many, you know. But yeah, guys, that was AEW's Double or Nothing. That was an absolute roller coaster of a podcast. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Don't forget, go to Manscaped, fill up your basket with goodies for your own basket, and use our code WrestleSlam to get 20% off. And of course, free shipping. That is WrestleSlam for free shipping and 20% off. And oh God, we're now on Spotify. Get listening to us on Spotify. Big shout out to Ted Hillbilly as well, who was on with us during the week. Hi, Ted. And guys, look out for us on Twitter. Look out for us on YouTube if you're not subscribed. What are you doing? From myself, been Sensational Queen Lizzie. From himself, Booker G, 5 times. Matt Murphy, give us a shout. And Phil, he's in the pocket. He's got the money. He is on the payroll. TKVK Meltzer. Guys, have a fantastic evening. See you all soon. Bye for now.
Hey, guys.